So if you're not an American citizen, I want to talk to you about what we like to call the golden setup for a business structure for you. And I'm jealous. So hi, my name's Cameron and I run BizBud. It's a tax and accounting firm that's specifically for digital entrepreneurs, international businesses, and foreigners looking to set up their business in the US. And in this video, I want to talk about the golden setup for you, specifically non-American citizens. This is for an online service provider or e-commerce. Basically, you can work from anywhere and your business is totally online. You don't have any physical stores. You don't really have physical presence anywhere. So that's one caveat. Two, you need to be, well, this goes into it, a tax resident of a place that's a territorial tax system. So let's dive in. So there's three parts to this. It's your tax residency, where your business is set up, and then where you're living or how you're moving around the world. So the first part is your tax residency, and this is maybe the most crucial part. So if you're not living in a place like EU, let's say Germany, Netherlands, UK, for longer than 6 months out of the year, then this could qualify. But basically, you want to set up your tax residency in a place that's a territorial tax system or a remittance-based tax system. So basically a place where they don't tax you on income you make outside of the country. So think Hong Kong, Paraguay, sometimes Dubai, Georgia, countries like this. So ideally in this scenario, we're going to say the golden tax in this example is you've got Paraguay or tax residency, you've got a US LLC or country like it, and then maybe you're traveling every 4 months, living in different places, so no one place can call you a tax resident. And that is the golden setup. So why Paraguay? Paraguay is popular. It's pretty quickly to set up residency. We can do it in around 3 months or so, and you only have to go there once, and sometimes twice, depending on it. And Paraguay does not tax you on money you make outside the country, and it doesn't require you to be there to trigger tax residency all the time because it is a territorial tax system. So money you make outside, Paraguay doesn't tax. And you still have to file tax forms, but you don't have to tax there. If you're a foreigner, and then second part is the business. So in a country like the US, if you're not a citizen or a tax resident or a green card holder, then if you set up an LLC there and you provide the services outside of the country, we talked about this in other videos, you don't have ECI or effectively connected income. So therefore, you won't owe any tax in the US. You can invoice all your clients, have all your expenses come out of there, and you won't pay any tax. You can even open up another bank account there and pay for your personal expenses if the US dollar and the banks there is what you want. So that's really cool. So you've got the Paraguay tax residency, you got the US LLC, and then you got the third part, which is you, where you're physically located throughout the year. Now, like I've said in another video, typically most countries, if you're there 183 days, you're going to trigger tax residency, and then they want to have you report all your income. So you can either just stay in a country and just risk it and not just ignore those rules. We don't advocate for that, but we know a lot of people who do that, and they get away with it because a lot of times the countries don't talk to each other because there's the rule in principle and on paper, and then there's the rule in practice. And a lot of times these countries force it. So that risk is up to you. Typically the bigger countries have more resources, so they enforce it, like Germany, Netherlands, UK, stuff like that. But as long as you're not in one of those countries 183 days, so an ideal scenario, they love to travel, they love working online, so they'll stay in one place 4 months, or another place 2 months, or another place 3 months, and they're moving. Or you can go live in another country that, even if you are a tax resident, they won't claim you for that. Like we have some people who live in Georgia full time, or different countries like that. And so then in that scenario, in the golden scenario, the golden tax structure setup, you are living tax-free, and now you're paying zero tax everywhere, and you really don't have that much paperwork or tax forms to file. You just have, in this scenario, the Paraguay tax residency forms to file, and then you've got the US business, and that's it. And a US forms is usually quite cheaper than other countries that has more bureaucracy around that. If you're in some of the like Cyprus or Malta or Panama even. So it's something to consider. These are all things to consider. Each situation is different, but a general golden tax structure that you could set up is something like that. Paraguay, tax residency, U.S. business, and then you are traveling not anywhere more than 6 months, and you live the dream life, the life I'm jealous of. So if that's you or someone you know and you want help setting that up, or just want to talk about it, see if it's a good fit for you, please reach out to us. We do this a lot. We'd love to help. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching this. If you got value out of this video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.